Hi guys, welcome to my channel, and today we're going to see what's going to be the best stocks for this week. So for this week we're going to have three stocks. One of them, it's already mentioned in this channel several times, which is Main Street Capital, and the other two which are on the oil sector, which I already spoke on this channel as well in the past, but today we're going to do some updates in terms of what are the performance of those two stocks and which one we should go for this week. So for this week, we're going to have the ticker ETRN, Equitrans Midstream Corp. They have a dividend yield of 7.26%, and they pay quarterly for May, August, and November. Both of them that we're going to talk today is on the energy sector, and this one it's going to be much better than the next one. You're going to see why. They are undervalued in 66.3%, which is quite good and really good to because it's going to be almost as a growth stock as well. Not only going to pay us at 7.26% of dividend yield, they are really undervalued. That means that we're going to have a lot of space here to grow. The ex-dividend date is on the 2nd of February, so we still have time since today it's the 31st. So I recommend you to buy right now to see if you can receive the dividends for the next for this quarter at least. They have a financial health of a G, and the market sentiment it's a buy, tending to a strong buy. The future growth is 31.3%, which is really good. Having in consideration everything that we have in this sector is around 5% of growth. 31.3% estimation is really good, and having in consideration that, as you can see in the graph, they went down quite a lot during this week. Everything went down quite a lot this week, except a few like Chevron, BP, others in the energy sector that went down, but we'll see that in a few minutes. This has a past performance of 22.8%. Having consideration that they have as well have a 31% of growth, this is really good. It means that it's possible to achieve those goals. So this is a really good stock. We have a 7% of dividend yield and a 30% of future growth. Combining those two, it's we think we have here a winner. Comparing to this ticker, which is the MPLX LP, they have dividend yield. They have a higher dividend yield than the other one, 8.78%. They pay at the same time quarterly, February, May, August, and November. They are undervalued 38%. The other one is double undervalued than this one. The other is 60%, and this is 38%. Next, even that on the 3rd of February, we still have time to buy. They have a financial health of a B, where they have assets around 1.5 billion and in terms of liabilities around 2.7 billion. So that means they have a difference between assets and liabilities of 1 billion. Having in consideration the other one that I forgot to mention, comparing with the ETRN, which they have a difference between assets and liabilities of 100 million. They have less market cap than this one, and in terms of volume, much less of volume, but in terms of financial health, they are much better than this one. We could see some oscillation on the other stock because has a lower market cap than this one. Although this one has as a market sentiment is a buy, and the future growth is minus 4.2. It will cover the dividend yield. Yes, it will cover the dividend yield, but still it's going to be a little bit risky. We may see probably a growth. The stock went up quite a lot in the past week. I don't know if this is going to be the best to buy. In my opinion, I'll go for the other one, even because of the other factor, which is the future growth is 30%, undervalued in 60%, and have a dividend yield of 7%. And this one only had the past performance only had a 9.6%. So we are thinking here this is not going to grow much during this year. The last one for this week, which pays monthly, is Main Street Capital, one of the stocks that I have on my portfolio. They have a dividend yield of 6.03%, and the ex-dividend date is going to be on the 1st of February. So if you're going to buy today, you won't be receiving any dividends for the next month, but you're going to receive on March, at the end of March, of course. So this is one of the stocks that if you don't want to buy now, you may buy for the next month, and because they pay monthly. So I've created here two new sections. One is the markets and the other one is the sectors, which you're going to see right now. So we did have a big crash on the SP500 although in the past week we had the increase of 0.84%, but bear in mind that we had like minus 6% or almost 8% in the previous week. With the same thing with the Nasdaq and Dow Jones, the same thing. Europe, it's still negative, and UK has been increasing in the past few weeks. And actually, this helped me a bit on my portfolio, so my portfolio went so negative. So that's why I managed to outperform the US market, where also I got affected by the Chinese market, where you can see here, where Alibaba went down a little bit more this week. In terms of sectors, I picked some ETFs, where those ETFs represent, in this case, real estate, utilities, energy sector, healthcare, etc. So this week we got affected into markets which in the semiconductor, which Intel and AVGO, they went down quite a lot, but in the previous week they went up around 6% or something. What helped us on my portfolio was actually the energy sector, which went down 5%. So here you can see what affected this week markets. So we have utilities, semiconductors, consumer goods, and industrial, which got affected a lot during this week. So now let's have a look into the US markets and the SP500 and the Bitcoin. In terms of the SP500, we may see a rise of 2.84%. We have the RSI with above the neutrality on the 50%. So this means that the market is quite neutral at the moment. We're not in the stage of overbought or overpriced. We are in between. That means that we may see a rise in the next upcoming weeks with the support around the 4300, and we may reach the new resistance at the 4400 for this week. I hope to reaching the 4500 is going to be a bit of a stretch, but I do consider that we may see a rise on the next upcoming week. We reached the bottom around the 4200 during the past week, and this week we stabled here a bit, meaning that we are consolidating the 4300 and this being the new support, and therefore I think this week we're going to have a price tendency. In terms of the Bitcoin, we're going to see a rise around the 1400 to the 2000 pips, with the upside prevails along the 3600. So this is going to be our support at the moment. We have here the same tendency as we have on the market. It's going to be is exactly the same thing. We are having now a really strong consolidation here at around the 36,000, and we see here the RSI, it's above the neutrality, the area of 50, where the MACD is above the signal line and positive, with a positive configuration. Therefore we may see an increase on the next upcoming week until this cross again, so being our next resistance around the 35,000. Okay guys, I hope you enjoyed these tips for this week. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button and the like. That will help me a lot with the YouTube algorithm. And also, if you have any question, please leave it there, and I'll try to reply you as soon as possible. So once again, thank you, cheers, and see you next week.